What's good? I'm Abby Alonso. Welcome into Titans today. And of course, we've got a loaded show starting off with Derrick Henry trade rumors. I know you don't want to hear them, but we got to talk about them because they're getting a little bit hotter now. Also, Todd McShay's new mock draft following the NFL Combine, and of course, Bud Dupree replacements. Before we get started though, like I said, I know you guys don't want to see the king go, so if you want him to stay, hit that like button. The more likes we get, the more he's likely to stay. We'll put it that way. So hit the like button if you want Derrick Henry to stay in Tennessee. Talking about Derrick Henry, let's get right into it. Of course, the trade rumors have heated up. At first, it was kind of a little bit of a joke, we thought. Maybe it was just fun to consider trading Derrick Henry, but now there's a little bit more truth behind those rumors coming out of the Combine specifically. There's been more talk that the Titans are actually shopping Derrick Henry. So, to who though? Who is interested in picking up Derrick Henry? Well, these are some teams that might be looking into taking him and doing something with him. Of course, the Buffalo Bills, they were the first ones to come out. Jeff Darlington said on ESPN that it would be a fun idea if he ended up in Buffalo. And then we saw Von Miller post on Instagram with Derrick Henry, and the question started raising, well, is this real? Well, they have a good offense, but adding a back like Derrick Henry to that offense would make it even better, take some pressure off of Josh Allen. We saw them kind of need more of a powerful run game in the postseason. Could he be the piece that fits right in there and just kind of rounds out that offense? Maybe so. Miami has another good offense. They are more pass heavy. Of course, you've got Tua, Tyreek, Jalen. The problem is Tua's health is still in question after everything that went down this season. There's concerns on whether he will be able to perform in 2023 or what that offense is going to look like. Adding a running back like Derrick Henry kind of gives them a little bit more flexibility for the run game. Again, Miami, those two are the top front runners I want to say right now. Of course, you can talk about the Patriots. Mac Jones and that pass offense had its own issues last year. We'll see what they do this year. Ramondre Stevenson stepped up, did a phenomenal job. He and Damian Harris before his injury. But Damian Harris versus Derrick Henry, I think Derrick Henry's the better back. You pair him with Ramondre Stevenson, you've got something going on there. Kansas City, Isaiah Pacheco did wonderfully after they released Clyde, but I don't know that they can bring the money around to make that move happen. He would be a great fit. Again, another offense that would just be completely rounded out with Pacheco and Henry together, along with Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, but that the money is the question there. And of course, the Eagles, who ran with Miles Sanders, they had obviously a phenomenal year, but I think they might be looking towards the draft for a running back. You hear about Bijan Robinson going over there. I don't know that Derrick Henry ends up there, but who knows at this point? When I first heard the Derrick Henry trade rumors, I literally laughed, and I was like, no way they do that after trading A.J. Brown last year. Yeah, it's not funny anymore. It's becoming a little bit more real. So, guys, you've got to prepare yourselves. I've heard it for the past 2 weeks, how upset everyone would be if they do trade away Derrick Henry. But look at it this way. Ran Carthon is coming in, and he is cleaning house. He has made 5 cuts already. He's trying to make room, save up some money to go out and change some things up, bring some guys in. If that takes trading away Derrick Henry, then you got it. Maybe you trust Ran Carthon on this one because he is flipping everything upside down to try to change the way that this franchise has been working and hopefully lead it to more success. But prepare yourselves because it really could happen. Moving on, we just launched a new draft channel. Chat Sports has its own draft channel full of mock drafts, analysis, rumors, trade deals for all 32 teams. That's right, all 32. This is a new channel we're trying to grow, and the more subscribers we get, the more videos that we will be able to put out for all of you. I know draft analysis is something everyone is interested in, so we gave it to you guys. But guys, we got to show out. Look, the Titans channel, we're a little bit behind, okay? We're looking to see which channel, which team, which fan base can show up and show out and subscribe the most to this new draft channel. So go ahead, down to the link in the comment section in the description of today's video, youtube.com/chatnfl, subscribe and type Titans in the comment of the video, the most recent video, so that we can see the Titans fan base show out and show them that we are not playing. Speaking of the draft, Todd McShay released his second mock draft. The first one came out in February. But again, following the NFL Combine, things have changed. He's now got the Colts trading up for that number 1 pick from the Bears to grab Bryce Young. The Texans grab CJ Stroud. Arizona with Will Anderson from Bama. This is a new one. Raiders would trade, well, the Bears would trade down again. Raiders would trade for that number 4 spot to grab Anthony Richardson before he's off the board. He had a really good combine that he proved himself a little bit, was airing the ball out down the field. So Raiders are moving up in McShay's mock draft to go grab him. Tyree Wilson to Seattle. Christian Gonzales to the Lions. Peter Skoronski to the Bears. That one's different from the last mock draft. Nolan Smith to the Falcons. Will Levis to the Panthers. And Bijan Robinson to the Eagles. And of course, who does he have going to the Titans with that 11th pick? Surprise, Paris Johnson. This is nothing new. This has been a very common theme in many mock drafts that have come out recently. It looks like the favorite to land in Tennessee is Paris Johnson, and rightfully so. Todd McShay said, I had Johnson to Tennessee in February too. Then Mel projected the same move 2 weeks ago. He's talking about Mel Kiper. It just makes sense. Johnson is an easy mover with 26 starts across 2 positions, sliding over to left tackle from right guard in 2022. The Titans released Taylor Lewan, which clears the way for Johnson to come join former Ohio State teammate Nicholas Petit-Frere on the line. He has 6'6", 313-pound size and jarring power in his hands. After allowing 49 sacks, tied for 5th most last season, Tennessee should focus on building out from the offensive line and trying to get an offense that was underwhelming in 2022 back on track. He said it as best as he could have said. I think this kid could be, and I've said it so many times, could be somebody to come in and help bolster. He's young, he's athletic, he's healthy. You look at his PFF grades, overall 83.1, pass blocking 77.9, run blocking 80.9. He had 2 sacks. Again, healthy, young, he's got good size, he's aware of his surroundings. This is, I think, a no-brainer. I think this makes the most sense. It is a basic move, but I think it is the start of a good foundation for the Titans. So, should the Titans draft Paris Johnson? If you agree with Todd McShay, Mel Kiper, me, and almost every other analyst that believes Paris Johnson should go to Tennessee, type Y for yes in the comments. If you don't, if you think they should go after a receiver, a quarterback, who knows, a cornerback, whatever, type N for no in the comments section. And finally, Bud Dupree was cut earlier this week. That move was bound to happen. We knew it was coming. We just didn't know when it was coming. Too injury-ridden to keep paying. Good linebacker, just couldn't play enough. And that's the bottom line. So you still got to replace him. You've got to find somebody to come in and help this defense out, because you don't want to see the defense start to tank because you're too focused on the offense. So who can the Titans go out and grab in free agency specifically, because the tampering period starts on March 13th. It officially starts on March 15th, free agency does. So let's look at some top defensive end free agents that could come in and maybe change the game, take Bud Dupree's spot and fix some things up. First, you've got Brandon Graham. He had a great season, even coming off of a torn Achilles, but he will likely resign with the Eagles or retire. 11 sacks, 48 pressures, 32 hurries, 16 quarterback hits. Phenomenal. Getting up there in age. It's very unlikely that he ends up in Tennessee, but of course, you got to throw him on there because he is a top edge. And then we move on to a couple other guys. Yannick Ngakoue, who is very good at getting home, but doesn't offer much run defense. which you gotta kind of have both. Let's see, Jadeveon Clowney, excuse me, wasn't happy with his role in Cleveland. He had a handful of injuries over the past couple years, but he does still flash that #1 overall pick talent, just enough to make him a little bit interesting to teams. And of course, he's a stout run defender and a strong edge setter, somebody to look at. Curious as to what was going down in Cleveland, though. Moving on to Marcus Davenport, who is another one who is a little bit injury-ridden, but when he is healthy, he is very good. It's just a matter of staying healthy, and you guys have said it so many times. I don't need to repeat myself, but I'm going to anyway. I know you don't want to bring in anybody that has injury problems. At the end of the day, that is the whole reason Bud Dupree was cut. He couldn't stay healthy, so you don't really want to bring in somebody else who has the same issues. Marcus Davenport, good talent, just got to be able to stay healthy. Leonard Floyd, who is one of the league's best pass rushers. He had at least 9 sacks in the last 3 seasons, so that's another one that could maybe be brought into Tennessee to take Bud Dupree's place. Arden Key with the Jaguars. He's on an upward trend. He kind of fixed his career path in 2021 with the 49ers. Got back on track. The ability to rush and get towards the quarterback or get to the quarterback all throughout the defensive line. Good talent there. You look at Charles Omenihu, who is versatile and he's huge. Justin Houston with the Ravens, who's really good on passing downs, which absolutely could be beneficial for the struggling Titans pass defense. That would be beneficial to help out. And of course, Samson Ebukam, who would add productivity to any pass rush unit, really. And last but not least, Frank Clark, Pro Bowl nod in 3 of the last 4 seasons with the Chiefs. He was a huge help in the postseason this past year. He's actually the NFL's active leader in postseason sacks and ranks 3rd all-time with 13.5. He did struggle in 2021, but made it very clear that it pretty much fought for his spot on that roster and then proved that he should be there. However, they are set to release him at the turn of the league year, starting with free agency. So where will he end up? Again, a huge help in the Chiefs' postseason run. Could absolutely help out any defense that he joins. Could it be Tennessee? Who should replace Bud Dupree? Is it one of those 10 guys I just listed in free agency? Is it somebody else I missed? Or maybe in the draft, somebody later in the draft, could they go grab to replace Bud Dupree, help out the defense? Let me know in the comments section. Head down, give me a name. And of course, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe because we'll have Titans videos out for you all week.